Yo, what's going on, guys? Planning to visit Sri Lanka's southern coast? Well, here's where to stay and the common mistakes you must avoid. In this video, I'll be covering best towns, hidden gems, where not to stay, and safety tips. So I've explored all of the southern coast, the southern province of Sri Lanka, which is absolutely beautiful, and I've learned the do's and the don'ts, so you don't have to. So let's get into it. Best areas to say, hands down, Gale. Gale is beautiful because I say Gale because it has an amazing port. Actually really dope for bars and restaurants. Got a lot of bars and restaurants in that area, and that area is a vibe. There's also the big train station. So if you come into the top part of the southern part, Gale is like one of the main stations, and it's a dope. They have fairs, and it's a dope area to stay at, guys. Absolutely, guys. I always recommend the Gale. I went there a couple times at night, and I actually had an amazing time. So it's got best for history, culture, and boutique stays. And with those boutique stays, you got beautiful bars, speakeasies, and stuff like that, man. So it's a dope area to stay. I stayed in Tuma. Yes, I'm pronouncing that horribly. Sorry, Sri Lankans, I apologize. My pronunciation is horrible. But I love this area so much. Best beaches by far. No disrespect. It's not the best beach in the whole southern province, but in this top part, I think it's the best beaches. And little disclaimer, guys, if you're staying in Tuma, you have to go to Jungle Beach. Absolutely fantastic. You gotta walk through a little jungle, and it's a breathtaking beach. It's very chill, very quiet. It's not there's no hotels near on site. There's no like bars, music blasting. It's very natural and it's absolutely dope. Tuma nightlife, first time is great for first time visits because I did some research and that's where I stayed for my first time in Sri Lanka, and it's absolutely beautiful. And actually when I go back, I will stay there again and stay somewhere else as well. So great beaches, good for nightlife and first timer visits. Then you got Heret Tia. It's great for surfers and laid back vibes. So it's more chilled, you know what I mean? It's great, it's chilled. It's a really nice like beach hotel, beach restaurant. It's vibes, guys, chill vibes. But if you're not staying in Gale or Tuma, then the next one is Marissa. I say Marissa for sure. For me, it's Marissa or it's Tuma. That's the two best areas in the southern province for me. It's beautiful. Marissa's got amazing beaches, one of the best viewpoints. It's got so much to offer. It's great for surfers, party vibes. When party, there's a mix of party and chill. There's a lot of beach vibes, beach clubs, beach stuff. And it's also apparently great for whale watching too. So you got to go out there and see some whales and shit. Then you got Tangela. Tangela is it's more luxury. It's where the big hotels are. The one thing I love about Sri Lanka doesn't have those massive chain hotels. It's a lot of beautiful boutique hotels. But they do have some chains here and there, and Tangela is where you're gonna find the luxury stays. That's where you think you're fancy shit, got money, you go there. So it's more quiet. It's great beaches as well. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button too. And if you return, appreciate you, but don't forget to hit that like button before you go. Where not to stay, guys. Avoid far inland. So for instance, if this coast right here, you like damn it 20-30 minutes inland. One, it's going to be horrible to get to the beach, horrible to see things, horrible to explore. You're also kind of in the jungle, in the middle of places, so it's hard to navigate. The roads, unless you're not the main road, the roads ain't like that. I stayed in Tuma, it's like 5 minutes inland, away from the main. It was by the beach, but obviously when you go to the main road is where all the bars and stuff, you got to ride about 5 minutes. And that shit was like this, right? So you got to be safe. So I can only imagine you living in more inland for like 20 minutes. It's going to be chaos. So be careful, guys. You're gonna, so I'll say avoid that. Try and stay by the coast as best as you can. Certain parts of Matara is less scenery, is crowded, scenery is not great, and there's loads of traffic. So I wouldn't recommend, even though you're probably going to get a lot cheaper property stays there. I would say do not stay there. Stay in the four I mentioned prior. And definitely don't stay in remote areas. If you see an Airbnb or hotel and you look at the map, it's a fucking middle of nowhere, do not stay there unless you have a car or a bike. And I still wouldn't recommend get a car and a bike in the middle of fucking nowhere. I rented a bike and that's how I got around. But again, too, everything is very easy to navigate once you're close to the main road and the coast. You're good, right? You just literally hit the main road on the coast, and you can explore the entire coast. So staying inland more, I wouldn't recommend that. So don't stay in remote areas, guys. You gotta think about food, getting around, safety. Even though Sri Lanka is a safe country, again, too, I'm just saying, you gotta be safer than sorry. Essential safety, guys. Guys, you got, hear me and hear me good, guys. Again, Sri Lanka, in my previous videos, I've talked about this. Sri Lanka is a very safe country. I didn't see any madness, any trouble. It was great, right? Great, it's great for foreigners especially. But again, too, crime and little scams, all that shit can happen anywhere. They're just a corner away, right? So you gotta be always make sure your P's and Q's, your antennas is on. So travel safety. They have Pick Me, which is an app. It's kind of like an Uber. They don't have Uber, so you got Pick Me. So use Pick Me, or what I would recommend, two things is private drivers. Guys, Sri Lanka is not expensive, guys. So just spend a little money and get a private driver. Especially if you're doing long tours, get a private driver. You can negotiate, and they're absolutely great. You go to a reputable company, and they have really amazing drivers. I got a driver from Colombo airport all the way to the southern Providence in Wanatuma, which took me about 2 hours, and it was great. The driver was great. I used them again going back to Colombo. So again, just get private driver. Again, if you need more info or some help, just message me in the comments. I'll try my best to help. I still have some contact details for some drivers in Sri Lanka. But again, I would recommend avoid TikTok. I did use Talks in Colombo, but again, too, man, make sure they're licensed and negotiate price before. I would say if you're in the capital, you're fine, but if you buy the coast and stuff like that, I would just say avoid. Guys, the beaches are not like the Caribbean or in Europe. These beaches have high currents. I mean, high currents. If you're not a prolific swimmer, you can't fucking drown. The currents are super high. Hence why it's very popular for surfers. So you got big waves, and depending what side of you are on the southern coast, the current can get very high. And they have flags. So if you see a red flag, you shouldn't swim. So you gotta check the zones. You gotta look at the zones and talk to other people. So don't be a dumbass and go swimming at night and shit like that. Avoiding scams. I mean, the two main scams is, tuk-tuk scams. They inflate the price. As soon as you say, blah, 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 where you go? Okay, cool. Then they'll charge you double. Then they'll be like, oh, where you from? Oh, England, America. Oh, amazing. That means the fare times 3. So before you get into tuk-tuk, if you are going to take a tuk-tuk, you have to negotiate price. How much is so-and-so? Cool. All right, I'm going to pay this. Then get in, right? And also fake guides. There's going to be fake guys all over the place. Scams is a big thing. It's a big thing, right? So they're going to be like, oh, have you been to the so-and-so mountain? Have you been to the jungle? Have you done this? Have you done that? I'll take you. Yeah. So just go online, guys. Use your fingers. Go on your phone. Go to Google and just go to reputable companies and book your tours that way. Wildlife chaos. So there's loads of monkeys. There's snakes. There's dragonfly. Whatever they call them shits. The big ass lizards. I saw one just big ass lizard. It was like this big, and we just crossed the road. I was on my bike. Oh. I also saw a snake cross the road as well at night. You know what I mean? They're also in the ocean swimming, so be careful. And there's dogs everywhere, and there's like sometimes they can be aggressive because again, some people are not disrespect my Sri Lanka friends, but some of them are not the nicest to the dogs. So some of the dogs are kind of like wild and shit, and aggressive. Also monkeys. If you see there's monkeys inside, hide your phone, your wallet, your food, your drinks. Your Gucci glasses. I don't know why you go to Sri Lanka with Gucci glasses anyway. Hide everything that monkeys, because they'll snatch that shit. So be careful. So in short, if you're going solo, I went solo, but I met a friend out there. You're gonna be cool. There's gonna be a lot of solo travelers. There's gonna be a lot of foreigners, and you could just meet people out there. There was loads of foreigners, going to the beaches and the tours and stuff like that. But again, always be careful. P's and Q's. Like I said, Sri Lanka is generally a safe country. But what I recommend, guys, is rent a scooter. If you can ride a scooter, that's the best way to get around the southern Providence. I rented one from my hotel, literally from every hotel, boutique hotel. You can literally rent one from, call them in advance or whatever, or on the day I rented a bike. There was a third party, the dude came, he brings the bike, and it was like $10 to $15 per day, or $10, something about that. I can't remember exactly, but it was like that. It wasn't very expensive per day, and I rented for my entire stay. And I didn't even pay. I paid when at the end. I didn't even pay before. I was like, yo, you want the money? He goes, nah, just pay me at the end. So I don't know if that's good or bad. And I also asked him for actually, I came with one helmet, asked for an extra helmet for my friend because she was staying with me, and he brought one free of charge, didn't charge extra. So I thought this experience was great. It was dope, simple. Brought the bike, you just use the bike, you know what I mean? But again, just get your own insurance, guys. Get travel insurance that covers riding bikes, and traveling and all that stuff, right? But that'll be the best way, cheapest way, best way. Also, you want to go explore and see some beaches, hidden gems and stuff like that. Having a scooter and a bike is the easiest way to navigate and get to those places. You can also get a private driver from the hotels or from online and stuff like that. Those will take, but that'll be generally a little bit more expensive. And but you could do it for rent a driver for the day, and it'll take you around everywhere. So again, if you can't ride a scooter, you're not comfortable, then get a private driver. Again, it's not gonna be super expensive, so that'll be another great option. I wouldn't recommend hiring a tuk-tuk for the day. I mean, if you find a good guy, then cool, but generally, you got tuk-tuk, right? So I would say scooter, rent a private driver, that's it. And you can get around. Buses, unless you're taking a train from Colombo to the south, that's definitely a journey on its own. You got to see that, that's spectacular, blah, blah, blah. But I would say that's the only train you should probably take. Only public transport you should take, the buses and stuff like that, nah. It's going to be a little chaotic and a little frustrating, especially you being a foreigner. So you just avoid that. And again, as a solo traveler, you got to know that you're a solo traveler. If you're yourself, again, stay in a hotel. That'll be a good, stay in a hostel. That's a good option. Stay in a hotel as well. You're going to have foreigners in a hotel, depending on the hotel. But stay in hostels. There'll be generally more foreigners in the hotel, more backpackers. Then you can go hang out with them and stuff like that. But end of the day, it's safe, and it's easy to make friends. You just go out and just talk and meet people, and you're gonna meet people at the beaches, out, bars, stuff like that. So it's a very generally friendly place. The locals are super friendly. The food is amazing. Sri Lanka is so chilled compared to, there's nothing, guys. I know some of you guys got the conflictions. You comparing India to Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka's got nothing to do with India. It's a completely different country, guys. It's a tropical island. Right? It's an island, and it's dope, and people are a lot more chilled. Anywhere you go that's tropical, people are more chilled and laid back anyway. That's period. That's entire world, right? So Sri Lanka's no difference. Great. Again, too, like I said, I'm not saying there's no travel, there's no scams. Sorry, there's no crime or scams. There's crime and scams everywhere, every country in the world, right? So you just have to be careful. So this video would help you if you stick to all the tips I've given you. Now you know where to stay and how to stay safe. Let me know where you're going in the comments in Sri Lanka. Where you staying in the southern part, and what was your favorite part of the southern province, which is the southern coast of Sri Lanka. Again, my favorite three parts, Marissa, Tuwana, and Gale. That was like my favorite parts because there were they had different vibes, and it's just beautiful and super chilled. So that was my favorite part. So let me know in the comments what your favorite part is and how you like Sri Lanka. And if you're going to Sri Lanka, check out my other videos, and I'll give you more of a detailed travel guide, where to stay, areas and stuff like that, what to do. And go check those out, especially if it's your first time going to Sri Lanka. And if you're thinking of going to Sri Lanka, go to Sri Lanka. You will not be disappointed. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more travel, for more tips, recommendations, hacks, and all that good stuff. My job is to help you as best as I can, give you recommendations, tips, so you can best navigate these countries that you're going to. So, till next time, peace.